Adventurers.
Mountain climbing, sailing, and diving are examples of adventurous activities. Can children climb a steep mountain? Can a kid sail around the world? Do you think it's possible for kids to dive from the sky? We will meet some extraordinary kids who have done these things.
Mountain climbers do exactly what it sounds like they might do. They climb mountains. These mountains may come in many sizes, and they can be found all over the world. Mount Everest is a big challenge for climbers. It is the highest mountain in the world. At 8,848 meters, climbing it is dangerous. Winds on Mount Everest can be very strong. Some climbers even get sick. The air can be hard to breathe and make you feel dizzy. Climbers on Mount Everest need to have special equipment to make the climb. They need clothes and shoes to keep them very warm. They even need special food because it is hard to cook on the mountain. Climbers bring a lot of packaged food. Sometimes they even cook the food in the bag it comes in. Malavat Purna is a special climber because she climbed Mount Everest. She did this when she was only 13 years old. Malavat is from a village in India. She joined a climbing club in her school where she learned how to climb high mountains like Mount Everest. She thought the hardest part of climbing Mount Everest was eating the special food. Malavat really missed her mother's cooking.
Sailing can be hard work. When the wind pushes the boat from behind, everything is easy. The sails fill with wind and the boat goes in the right direction. But what happens when the wind blows the wrong way? Sailors must learn to pay attention to the wind. They have to change the sails if the wind changes. They also have to watch for other boats and even animals in the ocean. Living on the ocean is not that different from living on land. Sailboats have a place to sleep. It's a bed called a berth. They have a place to cook too. It's a kitchen called a galley. You can even bring a computer and stay in touch with friends and family. A sailboat can be like a floating house. Laura Decker knows all about living on a sailboat. She sailed around the world when she was 16 years old, and she was alone. Laura was born in New Zealand and lived on a sailboat with her parents for the first 5 years of her life. She received her first boat when she was 6 years old. Her father taught her how to sail it alone. While she was growing up, she made longer and longer voyages. Then she was ready to sail around the world. Laura says, "At sea, I feel comfortable and I come to rest."
This last adventure is about brothers who are also from India. They both learned to dive at a young age, but they learned to do different kinds of diving. Diving into the sea is fun. You can hold your breath and dive into the ocean. Maybe you can touch the bottom. If you're lucky, maybe you can see a fish. Can you hold your breath long enough to see a shipwreck? To do that, you need to become a scuba diver. Parth Shangvi became interested in diving when he was 9 years old. First, he learned about the basics when he was on vacation with his family in the Philippines. He got to learn about special equipment that divers use. He learned how to breathe underwater with it. He loved diving. So he studied for a whole year to learn more about it. When he was only 10 years old, he passed a test and became a diver. He got to see a world underwater that only fish can see. And he even brought back a shell for his younger brother Krish. Krish wanted to do something special, just like his brother Parth. He chose a different kind of diving. He chose skydiving. Scuba diving is diving into the sea. Skydiving is diving into the sky. How can you dive into the sky? That's a good question. You need to go into an airplane before you can dive into the sky. The airplane takes skydivers high in the sky. Skydivers wear special equipment too, but they don't need help breathing. They need help landing safely. They wear something called a parachute. A parachute comes out of a pack like a big balloon. The parachute fills with air. It slows down skydivers as they get closer to the ground. Skydivers can use it to steer too. Krish didn't skydive alone. He did it with a master skydiver. They were attached. The master skydiver was in charge. He decided when to pull the cord of the parachute. He steered the parachute. He made sure that they landed safely. Can you guess how old Krish was when he went skydiving with the master skydiver? Krish was only 8 years old when he went skydiving. Discuss.
1. Choose one of the children. Retell how they learned their adventurous activities.